Anyways, today I am not making one, but I am making 3 recipes for you guys. So last week I posted a video on how to infuse guarana oil. I used 2 carrier oils, I used jojoba oil and grapeseed oil. So before you watch this video, I definitely recommend that you watch this video before. But before we get started, I have created a 20% off coupon from my website. If you haven't checked it out yet, go over there and check my products and you have 20% off on your checkout. Use code YouTube20 at your checkout. But keep in mind that these products contain a certain amount of caffeine. If you're sensitive to caffeine, just keep in mind that it's gonna go in your skin and you can go into your bloodstream. So before you start formulating and creating any products, you have to do your own research just like I did. And for the first recipe today, I'm starting with a Guarana infused body oil. I am using about 40 ml of jojoba oil, and then I'm adding about 10 to 20 ml of grapeseed oil. All these oils have been infused with Guarana. Then I am adding pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil is great for acne, so I'm only adding about 2 to 3 ml. I'm adding a couple drops of vitamin E, and today I'm using lemon and copaiba essential oils. And I'm going to mix and make sure they're all well incorporated. I'm using calendula petals to add inside my 2-ounce amber droplet glass bottle. I purchased them on wholesale supplies, but I found some similar on Amazon, and I'll leave the link down below. And you're all done. Now you can just go ahead and pour your oils into your bottle and you're done. You can make this with any oils that you have at home. And I also made labels for these bottles. I use Maestro Online from Online Labels. I don't have waterproof labels yet, but you can add your label to your bottle and just reinforce them with a piece of tape so the oil doesn't mess up the label. And for my second recipe, I am making a emulsified body scrub. Today I'm using cetyl alcohol to help emulsify the recipe. Once you add an emulsifier to your recipe, it helps not feel so oily and also helps moisturize the skin. I am using 16 grams of Cupuacu Butter, 16 grams of jojoba oil, and 80 grams of grapeseed oil. All of those oils were infused with guarana. And today I am adding 2 grams of andiroba oil. Andiroba oil is a great anti-inflammatory and antibacterial oil from the Amazon. Now I'm just gonna spread them apart and pop them in my water bath on my stove top. Now all the oils and the emulsifier butter is melted, and I'm going to add about 100 grams of granulated sugar where you can buy at your local store. I'm only pouring about half. I'm gonna mix until everything is well incorporated. Once everything is well incorporated, I am going to add my guarana powder. I'm using guarana powder since this is a wash off product. It's not gonna stay on your skin, and it also is going to infuse with time in the body scrub. And I'll mix everything until well incorporated, and also I'm adding the rest of the granulated sugar. I decided to use a milk frother mixer just to help me blend super well the guarana powder because it had a little bit of chunks. But this part is optional. You can still mix or use a spoon or spatula to keep mixing it. Now I'm gonna pop in the refrigerator for about 5 minutes. So don't do what I did. I forgot about it and it got super hard, but it's okay. Once it starts becoming into room temperature, it will go back to its normal viscosity and form. Well, I waited a couple minutes and it melted super fast. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour into my container. This jar is about 8 ounces. The recipe is about 200 grams, so it's a perfect amount for this jar. As you can see, the body scrub is still a little bit hard and thick, but The next day, it was perfect to be used. Let me just show you guys a demo of the body scrub. This body scrub is great to exfoliate before you shave, and also is great for areas where you have stretch marks and cellulite because it contains the guarana powder, and like I said on my other video, it has a high content of caffeine, so it helps with the blood flow to those areas. I really love the body scrub. I've been trying to make a body scrub for a while now, and I'm super excited to use it. I didn't use Optifan as my preservative for this recipe. I used 1 gram of the preservative, and also I added my essential oils, lemon and copaiba essential oil. And of course, I made another cute label for this product. If you'd like me to make a video or a tutorial how to use Maestro for online labels, please leave on the comment box below. Now let's move into the more advanced recipe for this video. Today we're making an infused guarana body lotion. And for this recipe, you're going to need 20 grams of jojoba oil, 10 grams of Cupuacu Butter, 148 grams of distilled water, 4 grams of sodium lactate, 6 grams of glycerin, and of course, you need to add an emulsifying wax. Today we're using BTMS 50. BTMS 50 is used for body lotions, skin, hair products. It adds a great slip to the product. And we also need something to emulsify the oils with the water. And you're going to need 2 grams of Optifan, which is my preservative for today. To make body lotion, you have to go through 2 phases. Phase A is the water phase, and phase B is the oil phase. So I'm going to add my vegetable glycerin to my water, and I'm gonna mix until everything is well incorporated. I'm also adding my sodium lactate to the water phase. Now let's start getting ready for phase B. I'm going to start by adding my BTMS 50. Then I am going to add my Cupuacu Butter and following with my jojoba oil. Now both phases are ready. You're gonna grab a pot and fill it up with water. Don't overfill it so you don't spill it. You're gonna add them into a water bath and bring them to your stove top. You want to put in a low medium heat. It has been about 30 minutes for me. I live in a hot climate, so things get warm for me pretty fast. As you can see, the oil is melted and the water is very, very hot, so be careful when you're grabbing the containers. I do recommend that you put phase B in a water bath before you put your phase A, because the oils does take a little bit longer than the water to get warm. You want to make sure they're about close to the same temperature. If they're not exact, it's okay, but if they are within 10 Fahrenheit or 10 Celsius degrees from each other, you can go ahead and go to the next step. I do recommend that you replenish the water that has been lost during the evaporation process while it was in the water bath. I lost about 4 ml of water, so I just used warm water that I had separated from the beginning to replenish my water. Now it's time to pour phase A into phase B. This is the coolest part because once you pour the water into the oil, it creates an emulsification. This is when the water and the oil start to blend together and create the body lotion. Now that we have blended phase A with phase B, you want to use your stick blender for about 10 minutes or until you reach a certain trace for the body lotion. Body lotion doesn't reach a trace like handmade soap. It's still gonna be very liquidy because it's very hot, so be careful you don't spill it on your skin because it will burn. But I pulse until I feel that everything's well incorporated and well blended. And you want to hand mix after you stick blend for about 10 minutes. You don't want to keep stick blending the recipe because it can make it super thick, and we're making body lotion, not body butter or a body cream. So about every 10 to 15 minutes, I like to check on the recipe. It's gonna start to get thicker and create little clumps. So you want to mix in between the 10 to 15 minutes for about a minute, and then you wait until things start to cool down. Now things are starting to cool down and my recipe is under 140 Fahrenheit. It's time to add my broad spectrum preservative. I'm using Optifan. There are other preservatives that you can use for body lotions, but this one is the one that I'm most knowledgeable about, and this preservative is used for products that contain a high amount of water. You definitely want to add a preservative because it can create molds and create bacteria, and we don't want that to happen. So I pour into the small beaker. I mix into a small amount first just to see how the lotion is going to react with the preservative. So far so good. There's no clumps and chunks. Once everything's well incorporated, I will pour it back into my bigger container and I will blend everything and mix everything. I'm also going to repeat the same steps to add my essential oils today. I'm using lemon and copaiba essential oil. I will use a small amount of the lotion and hand mix into the small container and pour it back into the bigger container. And I will hand mix everything until everything's well incorporated. Now it's time to pour into a container. I am using an 8-ounce jar, which is about 200 grams. I made a 200-gram batch. You want to pour it as soon as you're done blending and adding everything while it's still nice and soft. As you can see, I am so happy with the result. This lotion is lightweight, absorbs quickly into the skin, and it leaves your skin so soft. But keep in mind that some essential oils can make your skin sensitive to the sunlight. Since this is a lotion, this will stay on your skin, and lemon can make your skin photosensitive. This is for my own personal use, and I'm so excited to use it every day. I am planning on using this on parts of my body that are prone to stretch marks and cellulite. I really want to see the Guarana infused oil work on those areas. And here is my label for my body lotion. I think all the labels came out super adorable, and I love making this video for you guys today. It was definitely so much fun, and I'm super excited just to share all these recipes with you guys. And thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait to see you guys again. I'll leave this video next for you guys to watch, and have a great day. Bye.